Hey guys, welcome back. Yes, we are building Nessie today. This is another one of those you guys boss me around and tell me what to build situations. Of course, I'm going to explain the prompt and how you can do that and all that jazz, but can we just appreciate the creative minds real quick behind this? This build was officially submitted by Rose Sky Plays, who is not only a moderator here on YouTube, but also runs all of our challenges, all of our community challenges on Discord, so very valued piece of the community. Rose teamed up with a few other regular members here, RMJ, Spirit, and Strange, to complete this prompt and send it in. So thanks you guys for torturing me. What a lovely way to spend my Wednesday morning. If you want to tell me what to build, if you think you have a great idea, you can join our live streams. You get points by participating in chat. Same thing on Discord. You get points. You can redeem the points for telling me to build stuff. So today, the requirements include no pack limitations, which is great, a loft style, 30k budget, but obviously there are some special conditions here today. The house must be suitable for a mermaid sim with a tub or some sort of direct water access. It must look like the Loch Ness Monster in the middle of a body of water. Swamp vibes. We should utilize rustic vibes and blue and green accents as well, and have some elements that lean into conspiracy theories that the sim can take advantage of to scam foolish people. A lookout in the head of the monster with a small telescope, and then some sort of small business selling wall or the city living selling wall to sell merch and photo sightings of Nessie. And did you know Windenburg actually has a sea monster? Its name is Emily. So in honor of Emily and Nessie, we're going to build here in Windenburg. So we're going to go over here to Pier Palace and go ahead and just bulldoze it. Now there are 3 ways I can think of to complete our sea monster inside a body of water look. So I'm going to show you all of them, starting with the 2 I'm not going to use, but I never know what your goals are. So if we start with a room and then add a basement, you can use the basement tool. You can page down and draw a room. I don't care. Just add a basement. Also, yes, there's a ceiling glitch right now where you have to place the ceiling and then remove it and then build it again, and it's fine. Anyway, way number 1 is of course pools. Now the reason I'm not using pools is because they're expensive. So while this is the only option we have for our sims to actually swim, I'm opting for not pool. A perk of this though is even without move objects on, I can put windows directly from the basement into the pool. That is pretty nifty. Another way to do it would be to grab a pond and just push it right up against the house. You can see with the basement there's still going to be some terrain there, but if I fill this up with water, especially if I go into my water decor and grab a gross swampy looking one, you can't really tell. However, we're not doing either of these. We're doing the best way. So get rid of all this again. And the best way is going to be to make a 2-story build to begin with. And we're actually going to sink this down into the ground. Isn't that fun? Now we can take our terrain tools, click the first flatten terrain tool. That will just flatten to whatever level you first click at. And we're going to flatten this all down here. And now when I add water, the house is underwater. Isn't that cool? Benefits of this include no weird basement nonsense, and we can still put windows in, even without move objects on. Now we have to figure out the shape. Nessie is a bit of a plesiosaur, I believe, is the general idea, so we're gonna need a tail of some sort. We'll do like the back here. Body can come around something like this, and then the neck. We could do legs coming out like this. It's definitely not going to be realistic, so if I then do this, that should be a pretty good little neck. So yeah, it's just gonna be, think of it as like a stuffed animal version, okay? It's just a little extra round. Now for a tail, I'm not excited about this. Tails are ridiculously difficult to pull off in the game, so I'm going to try and use a curved room to my advantage. I feel like that's about all I'm gonna get out of a tail though. And now we can sink the Nessie and then build out our water. And then I'll smooth out the edges a little bit. And how high can the water be? That's pretty far. I think it's gonna have to be a little bit lower. That'll be fine. Now to actually get over to the monster, I need this to be, I think, this big. Should be able to place it here. There we go. Now technically this is the 2nd floor, so even if we had it perfectly level with the ground, we would still have to add stairs. I think that's my starting core shape. Now I am tempted to actually make this be a small business lot type. I think that would be pretty fun. And the perk of it being a small business as opposed to just having a selling table or what have you from city living is just that we could actually have a full area for people to come. That was something I was thinking about. I'm just trying to get a nice little slope here. Then I'm going to drop this. If I hold shift to just do this eave, I can get it to sort of transition into the tail area. And then this one will be straight. And then this one, whoop, We're just going to bring the curves up. It's not going to look great at the top just because of the way that it is, but we can then grab a gable and then make this be like a little bit of a curve on the top of the head. So this is, oh my gosh, this is so funny looking. I feel like if I could get the body to be a little bit longer, that would be helpful. I think the easiest way is going to be to cut this, and we're just going to move it over one, and then we can connect it again. A little bit of surgery, no big deal. Oh, whoops, and then I also gotta push that back. Okay. Green, blue, bluish green, tealish color. Can we go with that? Scales, no scales? I do not know nearly enough about Nessie. See, like, this is cool. I like this, but then can we get a wall texture that's going to complement that, or are we gonna be forced to go with eco lifestyle just because we can't actually get walls that match this exactly? There is this paneling from werewolves. I think that those complement each other, I think. If we're going to do a solid color, I think this one's pretty good. Let's go with this. We'll let the scaly roof be the star of the show. We will have to figure out a floor as well for the top of the sea monster, but I think we have a complementary concrete. This one, glamour turf, stained concrete. There we go. All right, and then we need a little bit of roof trim, just a smidge. Probably this one. I do want a floor trim here, so to get that to place properly, I'm going to draw a wall, and then I can go to my freezes and exterior trims, exterior trim, and then I'll grab one of these, just like that. That helps it look a little bit better. And then I can use my ceilings by tile to place here. And now, if I go down here and look up, it's all green. So that really helps, I think, with the immersion. Outdoor water, I feel like this one really fits the vibes the best. I'm very excited about this. This is fantastic. So we need to figure out a living space for our mermaid, and we need to figure out some sort of small business space potentially as well. What? No, why is there water inside? There wasn't water inside before. Why is there water? What happened? So I'm hoping that we can get rid of it. Okay, we can. I don't know how we got water inside, but we cleaned it out. We've run some dehumidifiers. It's fine. The roof is clipping through a smidge. Do I care? Oh, we might be able to work around it though. Yes, this is wide enough that we can add stairs. That was a major goal. If you hold control, you can place stairs from the level above, not in this direction. Can't intersect with roofs. There's not a roof there. Is there a roof there? It's like I can change. I can be a better man. If I push this back to here, I could use half gables on either side instead. It's just lining up all the curves is such a pain in the butt. Okay, maybe. Ugh. Let's try it out now. So I should be able to take this control. Yeah, okay. I think it was the other one. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I was wondering if this would help this area make any more sense. I'm having second thoughts about that though. So if we do all ladders, if I put this here, so you can come up, you can climb up to the tower. I don't know what I'm doing, if that was not made obvious already. So you can come in, this will be information, you can go upstairs, you can go downstairs. I will have something happening down here. There we go, and then the mermaid can live back here. It's fine. I don't know what you were so worried about. I've always had this completely under control. I'm gonna go with the same green everywhere inside, and I will get lights eventually so that y'all can see, I promise. We should be able to, maybe be able to have this be low-key outdoor. It should register as an outdoor space, and the telescope should therefore work the second that we add any sort of fence up here. Because if I make it be like here, I'm pretty sure that counts as outside. This almost looks like teeth. Is that bad or is it funny? And then there's a matching fence, isn't there? Look at that. We definitely need a column of some sort here. You know what? Get together it will be. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I'm gonna put a wall here just to keep the lighting inside better. I know I haven't added lights yet. We're getting there. Okay, lights time. We are just not even gonna pretend that we're not using these lights. Oh my word, how expensive is this? 12? We're gonna have to switch the inside wallpaper. I can keep it outside, I think. Problem is that I hate all these. See, these are only 2. That is way cheaper. And honestly, I don't mind the color. I think it works okay. And then, how much is this floor? Do I want to know? 8. So now we'll just find a different floor. Hexagons are the bestagon. Oh, this one might work. It's just like barely green. Wait, this one's also 12? Gosh dang you, stupid. Alright, hexagons it is. Ooh, I guess I need to change out the ceiling color as well. But I think I could do this one on the ceilings. It's not green, it's like off-white. We're gonna have to cut some corners here, alright? I'm sorry. We would really benefit from a couple of bathrooms. I think I'll put a couple of bathrooms here in the legs. Can I fit a full bathroom in one of these legs? This is something. Alright. We're at 10,000, which really isn't that bad. I wouldn't be against digging into debug for this one, for the landscaping. We might go into debug for a few little accessory type things. Also, I've just realized I'm definitely doing like what this would look like in my area, which might not be what they look like in your area, but West Michigan, man. Michigan was a giant swamp and pretty much uninhabitable, but we do have some very cool history as far as different like prehistoric animals and whatever. Anyway, enough talking about Michigan. I just wanted to see if I could get some trees in here that looked believable. I think that'll be alright. I need to stop. I need to focus on one thing at a time. Let's do our observation deck. Door. I'm looking for a door. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Oh, there we go. Nice and simple. Telescope right here. Okay, right here. Oh yeah, that's a great view. Oh, this will be fabulous. Okay, we're gonna go to packs. We're gonna sort by Strangerville. And then if I go over to content, go to debug, live edit. There we go. This is what I want. Just a little poster to tell you what you're looking for. And put a fence right here for safety. Maybe that one instead. Yeah, that's cheaper. That looks better. Should this be a little bit like the history of Nessie as well? I think that would make sense, yeah? So like different articles and things, maybe? This might take me a minute. I might just come back to y'all when I'm done. Now, here are some of the items I grabbed. I grabbed this urban decal wall graffiti from Lovestruck. I did use 2 of these posters from Strangerville. The free association collages is an item from high school years. And I also grabbed this selection of posters from Life and Death. Oh, and I grabbed 2 of these signs with a purpose from City Living as well. So I feel like this is pretty good. And even better, I've started a little corner for the kids down here because you gotta start them young, you know. I think that is pretty good. I might put a bench on this wall and then call it a day. There's a little bench, there's a little lookout. This spot, I don't know. I do need a front door still. I wish this came in a good green because I really like this door. That could work because then we could put a sign above the door. That's not too bad. Alright, I do need also to figure out what I'm going to do with this path here. Yeah, I think I like that one, and I'll just go to these 2 tiles here. Could move this out like that. Yeah, okay, I like that. There we go. Give me a thumbs up down below if you think that this is a good Nessie. If you appreciate the time I've spent so far. This one, I don't know what we're going to do here. I do need money. We're at 11,000, so really I need to work on what we actually need, not just my silly little decorations. Oh, we are going to need a door to get into our apartment. So I think I'll just move this stuff over here. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all of it. And then we'll have our door to our apartment over here. I guess it could just be that. All right, and then our maid will live back here. Yeah, so upon further reflection, I'm not going to be able to get a bathtub in here and have it be perfectly functional. Anyway, do you think we should make the water go higher? We could. I just kind of want some some windows. Cause like, could I put this above the water level and below it? You know, like that? Ooh, I kind of like that. And if we go grab our outdoor water decor and grab some pond effects, we can grab these fish, which actually swim in a slightly larger tile range than what's shown here. But if I put a bunch of these out here and then we go into live mode and look out the window, we'll actually be able to see the fish swimming down there. I am still going to add some stuff so we can sell our little mysterious photos and whatever. So I'll put that there. A couple of these displays over here. Sure, that'll be good. And I think I'm gonna go grab this same poster. Yeah, so there's our like shop area. We don't have a ton of money left for toilets, so I'll probably just get the 2nd tier toilet. This should function totally fine. Oh, and toilet paper, not a conspiracy. Behold, bathrooms. Gotta figure out how this living situation's gonna work out. Now, if we do a loft, we don't need walls, which is great. We do need a bed, and the bed is probably going to be the largest piece of furniture we have to squish in here somehow. I feel like a nice big bed would be great. Oh, it could fit here. Oh, that's good. And then I think I can put a kitchen there. I might get rid of these windows, actually. I'll do counter, turn the corner, another piece here, and an end piece. I'm gonna leave those windows there, which means I'll leave those here for symmetry. So I might put the sink and stove next to each other over here, because otherwise I'm gonna be mad that the sink and the window aren't perfectly lined up. And we'll do, what color should our appliances be? Could do that, I guess. I think this one comes with a matching hood, doesn't it? It's a rooster. It's not really very mermaid themed, but oh well. Do I have money for upper cabinets? Pushing it. Okay, so well, maybe we do the bathroom in the tail? I think we could actually fit everything back here, and it would be a very nice bathroom, which is like a perk if you're a mermaid, I guess. Anyway, we need a nice tub and I should be able to fit that in here and have it be perfectly functional. We're definitely gonna have to play test this. We could do a wash tub, we could do one of these. This is fancy looking. Ooh, this one looks nice. Ooh, that is expensive though. But we do kind of need a nice tub. So maybe that'll work there, okay. Alright, if I move the door here, we have a better shot of that working. And then I can put the toilet right inside the door, which some of you have mixed feelings about. Okay, my feelings are not mixed. My feelings are, it works, so we're gonna do it. And then over here, I'll put in a nice sink and mirror. I might go with this one, because it's pretty. Nice big gold mirror. Are you gold? This one kind of looks like a seashell, so I don't know. I feel like more windows would be so nice to have. Maybe back there. Anyway, we have a bed, we have a kitchen, we need a refrigerator. No worries, I can do that. I totally planned on having a refrigerator in here, and you're not gonna not believe that. Trash can. Let's put that over here by the door. I'm gonna go with one of these because I don't want to have to worry about it. What else do we need? I think a dining table would be nice. I'm gonna put those there. They match the bed. You know what? Let's do these. I haven't done that in a minute. And then I can get rid of these lights and just have one big bright light in the kitchen so we can see. And let's see if we can bring in some more mermaid-ish stuff. I'm specifically thinking of the light that looks like a shell. What if I just put it right over the bathtub? Because that'll be aesthetic. And then you can go over here. That's fine, right? Sure. What am I going to do with these little skinny rooms though? It's such a conundrum that I've created for myself, specifically low-key on purpose. Anyway, bookshelves. Just have to use Alt to get them to place properly together. I think we can get in here to look at books. I'm pretty sure. I'll put another nice light in here. Alright, decorations. I want a rug under the bed. I am trying to think of things that would say mermaid. I don't know, maybe I should just go into the Island Living catalog and see what I've got. Island Living, show all. What decorations do I have? Let me double check and make sure I'm not missing anything. House suitable for mermaid sim with a tub or direct water access. Swamp with a Loch Ness monster. Rustic. Oh, I missed the rustic cue. Actually, you know what? We can do that really easily, because remember the other wallpaper I was talking about using out here? So maybe this isn't a new tourist trap. Maybe this one's been handed down through the generations. Alright, so we're gonna go with this. Ignore the fact that it's wood inside water, okay? I'm gonna switch out the floor then as well. Alright, anyway, there's that. And then the inside. Here we go. Hopefully this is better vibes. So if you were yelling at me, or you're wondering when I was going to change the wallpaper after watching the little tour I posted at the beginning, there you go. We fixed it. So I'm going to do darker accents then. Ladder. So I'm just going to switch this out for this dark brown ladder. Alright, we're just going to switch out this bench as well. Well, I guess it could be driftwood. Sure, why not? Driftwood. There we go. Driftwood bench. Going downstairs. I still want to keep these, but I will make them a little bit darker to match with the other stuff I've got going on in here now. You know, I'm gonna leave the bathroom doors because they amuse me. I think that the rest of this still works. I still really like those 4 rent cabinets. This stuff, I'll switch out in here though. Can I put a broom in? This broom, I swear, is always facing the exact opposite direction I want it to be. Okay, so now we've got the rustic down a lot better. Now I'm gonna go sort by Island Living specifically and try and mermaid it up a little bit. Maybe swap these chairs out for this one. I can grab a kava bowl though. I'm gonna put that over here. I'm gonna put this little decorative piece here. Don't know that we have a great spot for plants down here. It is kind of cramped. I think that having a bookshelf and chair in one of these and then maybe a dresser in the other is probably about what we're gonna have to do. This one is pretty big. It takes up a lot of space, but I kind of like having a rug in here. I think it's good. Can I put this out here? Dressers. I don't know if this will be functional. No, I think we can. If we can access the side of it, I think it's functional. So if I put it here and then grab my little light, and then we just pretend, it'll be fine. It's totally fine. I don't know what you're worried about. Back to bookshelves and chairs and stuff over here. Now, what's gonna fit better? A chair or a thin love seat? Because some of the love seats don't take up the full 2 tiles. Ooh, I kind of like this. It's small enough too. Alright, so this I can wedge back here. We will be playtesting, don't worry. We'll make it green. And then, can I do like a really skinny little table here? I can put books on it, which I think might look a little bit better than a full-on, like bookshelf, especially if I put it there. And then we just need a little light. It'll be fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so that should be a livable area for a mermaid sim. I'll bring my sim in to check. But first, let's see if how much money do we have? We actually have a decent amount of money left, which is very exciting. Oh, I do still need to figure out what to do here. Ooh, I need the little, the kiosk thing to check in. That's what I need up here. What are you? Kiosk on a plaque. Oh, this is like informative stuff. You know what? Yeah, let's put that right there, right in the way. Stairs. I'm going to replace these stairs with these eyes. I'm trying to think, like, if I was building for chat right now and chat was here, what would chat say? Chat would say eyes. I don't think I want those eyes. I think I need something with glass in it, again, to make sure that the lighting inside is okie dokie. It doesn't have to be eyes, it just has to be, resemble it a little bit, you know? I think that's my sea monster. Now we have to do a heckin' ton of terrain and plants and things. I think I'll start with using this grass to cover up some of the borders of the water. Alright, I love that we actually just have money for landscaping. This is fantastic. Wild grass, maybe here and there for that. Let's also make sure that we're grabbing this stuff, the not grass. I feel like this is a must-have. We also have the stuff that doesn't actually have like the fluffy part on it, and I like this directional one for leaning away from things. I like this looks good. All right, next up are going to be rocks, and then we'll go in maybe with some flowers, make it look pretty in the water for texture. That looks good. I like how that sits with the tree. All right, and once I've got some rocks in, I can add some more plants around them. I don't love the reeds generally, but I will put some in. We've also got the algae scum, so that's kind of fun. With the whole water hasn't been moving for a while. Need to make sure it's not clipping into my bathroom, I guess. A little bit. All right. It's hard to make that look like an organic shape, and I don't want to cover everything. I just want a little bit for texture and fun. Do I want lily pads? I don't think so, but I'll put in a couple of these. I'll put a log over here. I'll put a log over here. Fantastic. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go into base game. We're gonna go into, shoot, where is it? Let's see. Content. Yeah, this giant busted down log, which I am going to shrink a little bit. Look at that. That's fantastic set dressing right there. That over here, I think. This is, I think, an old tree or some old tree stumps or something. Put those in there. Some of this is seaweed, might be kind of nice. Put that down around under my rock. And if it's debug, it's free, which means we can put it everywhere inside here, and it'll add a lot of texture to the water, which I like. It makes it look chunky. You're welcome for that mental image, by the way. All right, I think it's not clipping. All right, we're gonna grab this muddy mud and paint it all inside our pond. Maybe not quite like that. There we go. And that should help it look even grosser, which is a win. Wait, do we have, hang on, where are my stickers at? Gator, I'm gonna put a gator over here. The fish are over here, they're scared of the gator. I could bring in a couple of ducks, maybe. I can have them swimming over here among the reeds. Whoops, I need it on the water. There we go. I will add some mosquitoes around here and then some lightning bugs as well. Also, where the lightning bugs actually are animated depends on where the sticker is. So if you raise it up with 9, if you have move objects on, you can actually like stick them in trees and stuff, and then the trees will light up as well, which is pretty fun. So this is what we're looking like in build mode. Ooh, I do need to grab a mailbox real quick. I'm gonna bring a sim here though and just do some quick playtesting. Oh good, it's raining. And we should be able to see some fish as well. Here's one by my mouse. Here's another one over here. Excellent. You can sit there. Can you also sit here? Perfect. Can we go upstairs, please? Cannot be placed. Oh no, it's because there's a roof over it. And we should be able to stargaze now. All right, so that works. So we won't be able to have a roof up here. And then let's go downstairs. Okay, so now I should be able to go use and wash hands and use and wash hands. We're cheerful. Great. I too would be cheerful if I was living in the belly of a giant sea monster. I'm sure that that's not weird at all. Can you nap over here? And then after you nap, could you please come over here? All right, we can sleep on that side of the bed. I'll check the other side of the bed as well after we cook our food. Fantastic. We cooked food. Can I also sit here and eat this? We can sleep on both sides of the bed. So far, this has been remarkably functional. Super exciting. We're gonna go try on outfits. That's how we can check the dresser. Okay, that appears to work. Can you come sit down over here? All right, we can sit on this. We can sit on both sides. Fantastic. So you can have 2 sims sit there. I think the last thing to do is just go and check all of this. But I believe we have a fully functioning sea monster on our hands, which is very exciting. Here are some final screenshots for you guys. And of course you saw the full tour at the beginning of the video. You can watch it again, I guess, if you want, but now you just saw the build. What do you think? Feedback, thoughts, opinions, let me know in the comments down below. These are really fun videos to record. They don't generally hit a lot of new viewers, so if you're new here and you made it through the whole video, I love you. Like, I love all of you, but like, I especially love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for building with me today. I look forward to building with you again very, very soon. Bye!